In this video, I'm going to show you a really fantastic technique. It's called New York compression or a parallel compression. Now, the whole idea behind parallel compression is that you link together and blend together a heavily compressed version with your original track. So the way to achieve this, there's several different ways, but the way that I like to do it is I like to have parallel compression on a separate auxiliary track and then send through the material that I want on that compressed version via a send. Then I've got a lot of flexibility and a lot of control as to how much of that signal I want compressed and how much of it, the compressed signal, I want to blend. So what I've done here is I have my lead vocals, and on a separate auxiliary channel, I've placed compressor, and I've called it parallel compression. Now, FET compressors, the type of compressor that is really fantastic for this is your FET compressors, and you want a really low threshold and a very high ratio. You can see that I have dialed in a really nice low threshold and a very high ratio over here, and then the makeup gain will play with in order to compensate and see what's going to really work in context. I've also got a very long attack time and a very short or a much shorter release time on this, and I wanted to add some saturation. Remember, each type of compressor adds some sort of unique character or has the ability to add some unique character to the signals. So for this particular one, I just wanted to dial in some of that saturation on this as well. So I've set up my bus, and I want you to hear how the vocal, there's no other compressors on it. I want you to hear how just by dialing in and blending in this heavily compressed signal with the original, you're going to hear the power come into that lead vocal. So I'm going to switch on my send. You can see that I've just sent just under half on my bus over here. I haven't sent full strength, just under half, and then I'm going to slowly dial in that compression. Let's have a listen.
About my problems, I already wrote them, and suddenly they're an end. So I have my way, so I have my way, so I have our way, so I have our way, I have our way. But I'm mine if I'm walking into the unknown. I don't care about my problems.
Absolutely incredible how you can just get that punch and you can get that power into your vocal performance by simply running it through a parallel compression. Now, there are lots of ways to use parallel compression. I particularly like to use it on acoustic drums, but you can group guitars together. You can group anything really, backing vocals, your lead vocal, whatever it is that you feel that you need to just help to strengthen and bring out some presence, punch, and a good push in your mix. You want to use this technique, parallel compression. And then, of course, you can go crazy. You can add some extra processing. You can add some extra EQ. You can even play some effects after your parallel compression. You know, you can really go to town, but it just brings out that punch and it brings out that presence and that power that you might be needing in your mix. So let's have a listen again. I'm going to switch off or turn down this parallel compression, and then I'm going to dial it in, and here we go.
About my problems, I already wrote them, and suddenly they're an end. So I have my way, so I have my way.
Right, so remember that the key to parallel compression or New York style compression is that you want a nice low threshold and a really high ratio, and then you'll adjust all the other parameters to dial in the sound that you're looking for. I like to use auxiliaries and buses because it gives me a lot of flexibility and control. As you can see, I could then I could move up and down and bring in and adjust the amount of compression that I wanted to blend with that original lead vocal. I'll catch you in the next video.